Good morning. Thank you to the UA College of Engineering Undergraduate Curriculum Committee for having me here today. Thank you to the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs for being present, and as well as the department chairs that are present here today as well. Thank you guys so much for making it an opportunity for us students to bring these ideas and plans up to you guys. Today, my plan is a way that we can build better engineers for the University of Alabama. You see, I plan to have a Minecraft server for teamwork and planning. It's a campus-wide Minecraft server, and today I'm going to ask that you guys help us fund that. You see, I believe that Minecraft is not just a game, as some of you guys in the crowd might be thinking right now. Over 300 million copies of Minecraft have been sold worldwide, but some of those are not just being sold to be used as games. As you know, 115 countries are currently using Minecraft as an education tool, according to the education on Minecraft.net. So what if Minecraft is not just a game, but rather a very powerful, very well thought out engineering simulator, such as Revit or Bluebeam? You see, here you see a engineer actually using Minecraft at his desk to design a very serious job at his work. This is definitely a real image, not AI generated at all whatsoever. You see, we currently have a problem here at UA. Engineers need teamwork training, and we very rarely ever have a project that involves mixing of different classifications of engineering, such as civil engineering, environmental engineering, mechanical engineering, construction management. Very rarely do these different engineering quadrants ever work together on a singular project. Usually it's just civil engineers working with civil engineers, or mechanicals working with mechanicals. So we do not experience this until we get to the actual workforce or to a co-op, and we're very behind. So real projects in the real world require this teamwork and this coordination. And students do not experience this until they get to late college or not at all. Often teamwork skills are not even learned in the curriculum here at UA, so I think that this could be a good, fun way to implement that teamwork learning curriculum into our UA practice. That way, when students get to the real world, they're not jumping into the deep end and not completely unexperienced when it comes to working with different facets of engineering. So, my proposal. I don't know how many of you guys have ever seen the movie The Proposal, but this has nothing to do with that. I just thought it was a great little image to include here of a Minecraft parody, The Proposal. But my proposal is to include and integrate a university-supported Minecraft server into the engineering curriculum. I think we could use it as a collaborative planning lab. It could focus on teamwork, planning, systems thinking. It could focus on resource, gathering. I think that we have different engineers in charge of different parts of this server. We have the civil engineers in charge of the planning, the construction management engineers in charge of the managing and the long haul thought after plans of this Minecraft server. And this could be used for great large scale projects. Here are some examples of the large-scale projects that can be thought through in Minecraft. Structural design and experimentation in that, resource management and efficiency, infrastructure planning, logical systems using Redstone, iteration, testing, redesign. So here you have an extremely complex Redstone. It's actually a computer that somebody designed in Minecraft, a working computer. So extremely impressive. Some of the crazy stuff that you can build in Minecraft. Minecraft is not just a children's game. And this right here is some of the stuff that we have electrical engineers learning here at UA, how to build circuits, and they can be practicing those circuits and those redstone designs in Minecraft. And these can be implemented into this large-scale world. We could have working, traffic lights. We could have working elevators, working roadways with cars and planes and stuff like that. You can design all these things using redstone in Minecraft. And what does large-scale teamwork and coordination look like? Well, here you see a picture of two Minecraft players building out and thinking through their city design. Minecraft, very often, and I've done this with all my friends in our servers, we lay out how we want our city to eventually look, and then we split up and we build in our own respective quadrants. It involves communication through all this. Whenever I need certain resources, my friend can go out and get those resources, and I stay building. It involves planning phases before building. So here you have this extreme layout. It involves conflict resolution and leadership. When you have to work together with people, there's a lot of disagreements that come up that also come up in the real world that you practice through Minecraft. and project management practice. If you have an overseer on this, he's practicing how to manage these sites and how to have project deadlines, how to make schedules. All these things are planned in this large-scale building and planning projects that you can be having in Minecraft. And this is already not just an idea. There's already research out there that supports game-based learning. See, studies at ScienceDirect.com show that Minecraft encourages collaborative learning, supports project-based problem solving, and is already being used in engineering and urban planning education across the nation. Here, in your very own University of Alabama, you see a professor teaching students how to use Minecraft, and you see a student there, I think, on his laptop actually playing the game. Minecraft is already very familiar to students, and I think most of us have already played it. So making this into a campus-wide server that's also based in collaboration and learning would be a very easy transition for us. It would be something that we're familiar to and feel comfortable with, and something that we're excited to use. And that is probably why Minecraft works so well when it comes to education, and why there's a lot of research backing it on how beneficial it can be for students. Students are excited to learn. So what would it look like to implement Minecraft into the University of Alabama's curriculum? Well, we already have organization competition here at UA. We already have the floating concrete canoe, the building and planning design projects that are used as years competition. And I think that we could have a Minecraft, Comic-Con type competition-based thing once a year, where we have teams of engineers working on assigned projects that they have to build a large-scale, thought-out infrastructure, and final build presentations and evaluations, and seeing what team wins, and students even getting scholarship money and stuff like that through this could be a great way to get students involved in this urban planning and idea. Here you have our very own professor, our Shahad Jaha Shubum, and he's a great professor. And also another point of mine is that he should, deserve a raise after this. I'll bring that up after this to the committee. But you can see he could be very well enthused by this Minecraft idea and could compete in these Minecraft Comic-Cons and could potentially win. What I think the number one selling point of this campus-wide Minecraft server is that it's low cost but high impact. The costs are little to nothing of server hosting, software licenses, instructor oversight. It's not very expensive. And the benefits are teamwork training, planning, skills, engagement. This is hands-on experience. This is priceless. And so I think some great examples are some usable items here in Minecraft that are very low cost but extremely high impact. Here you see torches that are extremely cheap to craft. They're one of the first things you do craft in the world, but they're also one of the most useful and important things in Minecraft. They keep your base well lit, and they keep mobs from spawning. Here you also have a saddle, which in recent updates has become craftable, which I currently don't very much well agree with, because it used to be kind of a rare thing that you don't usually get until a little bit later in the game whenever you explore temples or fish it up. But now it's craftable, and it's one of the most OP things in Minecraft. It's great to be able to ride a horse around. It makes transportation much faster. And you have a water bucket, which is basically an off-brand Totem of Undying. If you're falling from an extremely high place and you have a water bucket in your hotbar, you can quickly place down water and save yourself. It's basically a second life in a jar. It's one of the most useful things in Minecraft, but it's also extremely low cost, only 3 iron. And then, of course, water source nearby. So I ask that today you please consider funding a campus-wide Minecraft server. I've already spoken to some students here in my class, and they're already pretty enthused. Some of them communication majors were already thinking of ways that they could involve their major into Minecraft. So this doesn't have to just be for us engineers. This could be campus-wide. I think we should first begin by integrating into the engineering courses, allowing it to be engineering students primarily, specifically freshmen, underclassmen. I think it'd be great for a way for them to build networking and build relationships with people that are already here integrated in Alabama. It can be a great way for students to feel welcome and feel like something familiar in a very unfamiliar place. I think we should let students practice building systems together before real world projects, and that's what I really want for you guys to take away from this, is that this is a way that we can practice real world things without real world consequences. I think that's a great thing for us.